Hi my dears, it is my pleasure to meet you again in this video session. This is M. Tamilvanan, your physics teacher from Bharathidasanar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today I am going to introduce a new topic. Before I am going to this topic, I would like to show one image. Yeah, what is this my dear children? Yes, of course. This is camera. So, by using this camera, we can take photos and videos. Am I right? Yes. So, which part of in this camera is very important, or which one is essential? Yes, you are right. The lens is a very important of this camera. Okay. By using this lens, we can increase the clarity. Am I right? So, our topic also lens. Today our topic is lens from the 10th standard physics, second unit optics. So, lens is nothing but an optically transparent medium. It is bounded by two spherical refracting surfaces, or one side is plane and another side is a spherical surface. Okay, right? So, by using this lens, we can magnify any one object or minimize the object, and we can burn that any one object. We can use that any one object. So, see my dears, here the paper is burning by using that lens, right. So, lens basically is classified two types. One is convex and another one is concave lens. This convex lens is also called converging lens. The concave lens or the biconcave lens, it is also called diverging lens. Okay, we have some types of lenses. The converging lens, double convex and the plano convex lens, then the converging meniscus. Likewise, diverging lenses, we have three types. So, that is double concave lens and the plano concave lens, then the diverging meniscus, right. The converging lens or the double convex lens, the center point is thicker than the edges. Okay. In edges, it has a thinner and the center point as thicker. Okay. It is opposite for that for concave lens. In center point is very thin and edges are thicker. Okay. Right. Next, image formed due to the refraction through a convex and the concave lens. When an object placed in front of lens, the light is coming from that object, it will be fall on the lens. So, image will be formed the another side in different position and different size and different nature. Yes. So, this is the image formed by using some rules. Here we will see the three rules for the image formation for both convex and concave lens, right. So, rule number 1, the first rule, here this is nothing but optic center. This is a lens. I take here convex lens. So, the center of this lens is nothing but optic center. So, optic center denoted by O, and we have two focal length. So, this is the first focal length F1 and this is focal length. This 2F1 is nothing but center of curvature. The 2F1 is equal to C, right. So, in left hand side we have focal length 1, on right hand side we have focal length 2. This is focal length 2 F2 and here 2F2. Yes, for lens we have 2 focal length and 2 center of curvature, right. Now, rule number 1, when light passing through optic center, there is no reflection, no refraction, which means the line passing through the same direction. Okay. Now I draw this line, this incident line passing through optic center. Okay. Now there is no reflection, the line is passing the same direction. Okay. So there is no refraction and no reflection, right? This is rule number 1. And the rule number 2, when light is parallel to the principal axis, this is the parallel line to this principal axis. This line is nothing but principal axis. Okay. So after refracted, this line passing through focus. This is our rule number 2. See my dears, this is incident light. This incident light is parallel to this principal axis. Then after refracting, it will be passing through focus. Okay. Next, the rule number 3. Rule number 3, when light is passing through focus, after refracted, it will be parallel to the principal axis, right? So when light passing through focus after refracted, so light we will get parallel to the principal axis. This is rule number 3. This is the incident light passing through focus after refracted parallel to the principal axis. So this is rule number 3. See, in this chapter we have seen the 3 rule. The first rule is when light passing through optic center means there is no reflection and refraction. Am I right? This is rule number 1. Then rule number 2 means when light passing through the principal axis, which means the parallel to the principal axis, after refracted will passing through focus. Okay. So these are rules. We have 3 rules, right? Next. Okay my dears, next topic, the refraction through a convex lens when an object placed at infinity. Okay. When an object placed at infinity, the light will come from that object. That line is parallel to the principal axis. It will be fall on this lens, then will be meet at the focus. This is according to rule number 2, right? See, when an object placed at infinity means the lines it will become parallel to that principal axis. So these are parallel lines. This is nothing but the incident light. So this lines is coming from where? Yes, object. Okay. Right? Then after refracted, it will be passing through focus. All the lines will passing through focus. So image will form here only. Okay, my dear children, right? So here image is formed. The size of the image is very small size or diminished. Okay, right? The nature of this image, real and inverted. The position of the image is at f2, right? This is the first case. And second case, when object placed beyond C. Beyond C is nothing but we have to place that object where? Beyond 2f1. Beyond 2f1. So the image will be formed in different position, right? Now I place this object in beyond C. So beyond C means I place the object here, right? So this is the object. So from this object, the 2 lines is coming. Okay, the first line it is parallel to the principal axis. This is a parallel lines. After refracted, it will passing through focus according to rule number 2. Okay, the one more line coming from this object, yes, so it will passing through optic center. So optic center means there is no reflection and no refraction, so it will meet in one point. So the image will form between f2 and 2f2. Okay, so these two lines meeting at one point. In this point, the image will be formed. That image is very small size, the compared to this object size. Okay, yes, and the first one is a position, the position between f2 and 2f2, then size is a small size compared to that object. Then third one, nature of the image. So nature of image means real and inverted. Okay, this is the second case. Rule number third, when object placed at C is nothing but we have to place that object at 2f1. Now this is the object, yes, I placed at 2f1, right. So the first line is parallel to that principal axis. After refracted, it will passing through focus. This is the first one. And second one, if line passing through optic center means it will meet, which means there is no reflection and there is no reflection. Okay, so these two lines meeting at one point. In this point, the image will be formed. So that image we will get at 2f2. C means if the object placed at C means, so image also we will get at C, right. The position of image at 2f2 and size of the image, the same size, object and image are equal, and the nature of the image is real and inverted, Okay. Next, the fourth point, if object placed between F and C. F and C is nothing but when object placed between 2f1 and f1, right. See my dears, this is a object I place between 2f1 and f1, right. The same lines, this is a pen parallel to the principal axis, passing through focus. Then one more line, when light passing through optic center, according to the rule number 1, there is no reflection and there is no refraction. So these two lines meet in one point. Yes, we will get that image. So here the image, it will be formed in beyond C. Okay, beyond C means 2f2, right. So first one, the object when placed between 2f1 and f1, the image will be formed beyond C or 2f2. Okay, this is the position, and the size, it is very enlarged, okay, compared to this object. Yes, so the image is enlarged compared to that object. And the third one, real and inverted. Next, object placed at the principal focus F. Okay. Now I place that object at F1. The same principal, first line is parallel to the principal axis. After refracted, it passing through focus. Then one more line coming from that object, passing through optic center. So there is no reflection and no refraction, which means the image will be formed at infinity. Here we can see these two lines is not meet in this point, okay, which means the image will be formed at infinity. That image size is it must be enlarged compared to that object. Okay, so first one, the image will be formed at infinity, and second one, what? The size of the image, it will be enlarged, then real and inverted. So these four cases we will see in one image, right? See my dears, when object move from the infinity towards the lens, the size of the image is also changing, right? When object, if I place at infinity, means the size of the image is diminished, right? So it is moving towards the lens, means the image size is varying. Okay, by using this diagram we can easily understand that image formation. Okay my dears, applications of convex lens. So here we have so many applications. The first application, this convex lens we are using in a cameras. Okay, then this convex lens used in microscope, then telescope, then magnifying lens, right? So the lens is very, very important to our daily life. Yes, it is essential of our daily life. Okay, so we have seen what is the lens and how many types of lens, right? Then how the image is formation by using that convex lens. Next class we will discuss about that how the image is formed for the concave lens. Okay my dears. So thank you my dears. We will meet next class.